It's Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from nig Brauerei, and it's a can of their nig Pilsener. It's 4.9% ABV in a 500ml can, and as you can see here on the front of the can, it conforms to the Reinheitsgebot of 1516. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer in the glass. We got a 2-finger white head. Nice levels of carbonation rolling up the glass. I believe there's a widget. Yeah, there's a little widget on the bottom of this glass, so it's gonna show that carbonation up a little bit more. Whether that's a thing in Germany, I mean, I've been to Germany. I went to the Meisel and Friends brewery. Pardon me, up in near Frankfurt it was, about an hour outside of Frankfurt. Great place. I can't remember having a beer with a widget in, so if you are from Germany watching this, let me know in the comments box. Widgets in the glass a thing in Germany, or do you prefer to have your beer just the slow moving carbonation, you know, without it being forced up the glass there? Nice looking beer, as I mentioned. It's slightly unfiltered. You can see little tiny bits and pieces floating around in the glass. It looks very nice. Let's get the aroma. Oh yeah, you really get the malt. Light, crisp malt in this one. And then a touch of lemon or lime in the aroma for the hops that's in the beer. It smells good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. That's really interesting. That just did so many things in my mouth. I'm going again, just to make sure. The malt quality on this beer is absolutely fantastic. Really light, really kind of crispy, clean, wafer-like malts. Really good, really good. And then there's a slight lull in the middle. Only a little slight lull. You're waiting for something to happen. So you go from that sweetness over there, that kind of wafer-like flavour, to bang, it kind of bitterness kicks in on the back end. And it's quite, I mean, it's a Pilsner, it's a German Pilsner, so they are designed to have a lovely kind of whacking bitterness on them. Really nice. Really nice. I like that balance. If anything, and this is where I'm being slightly critical, I like my beers to go from start to middle to finish, rather than start to having that bit of a lull I just talked about, and then there's a finish on the back end. I prefer the flavour going bush, rather than bush, nothing, bush on the back end. Nothing to do with the former American president, by the way. It's nice. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. Just imagine, I can just imagine myself, the more I drink German beer, the more I fall in love with it. That pureness of the beer, the Reinheitsgebot of 1516 that mentions on the front of the can there, where they just use hops, malt, water and yeast, 4 ingredients. And that's not because the brewers want to, that's the law. That's the law in Germany from 1516. If you live in a certain region of Germany, bish bash bosh, you're only allowed to use 4 ingredients. And in the newer craft beer world, it comes under fire a little bit. But do you know what? The more craft beer has evolved over here in the UK, the more brewers have had tendencies to drop the hops out a little bit and start adding mango adjunct flavour and, you know, instead of hops. And that can't happen in Germany. That cannot happen. That's not allowed to happen. So we must have been here before. A great brewer once told me we've been here before with brewing in terms of cycles. Everything goes round in cycles. So we've had these young, wonderful brewers since 2010 doing some great things, and then they're not doing so great things, and then they're all over the supermarket, and then when they're all over the supermarket, then they're kind of, the beers are tasting like mango juice, and you're like, oh, what is your goals when you started off in life was to produce the best quality beer you possibly could. And the Reinheitsgebot stops any of that nonsense going on, any of that kind of let's drop the hops and let's add the mango. And that's only because they've probably been there before. They have been there before. So that's a quick touch on my case with the Reinheitsgebot. Yes, the brewery's hands are tied, but they're kind of tied with the consumer in mind. It really is. That's my thought of it anyway. I don't want a marshmallow porter with no roasted malt in it. I don't want that. I really don't want that. I don't want mango and lactose, that's the word. Mango and lactose IPAs. I don't want that. No, don't go in that direction, brewers. It's lazy. This is a good, honest Pilsner. Got a bit sidetracked with the Reinheitsgebot, but there's only so much you can really say about a Pilsner anyway. Nice lacing on the glass, nice look to the beer, nice aroma, good taste, nice balance, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of bitterness on the back end. Wish there was a pickup in the middle of the beer. It's not quite there, but very good, very good. I'm trying to read German now, there's not much point to that, is there? Let's just rate it. nig Pilsener, 4.9% ABV. Yeah, I like that. I like that enough to give it give that a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.